Hi Year 11, I'm Emily and you will also see Mark. We're both part of the South Bristol Youth team and we're here to talk to you today about Future Quest Year 11. Just a reminder that you would have been part of the Future Quest cohort programme in years 9 and 10. I hope you can remember that. And that was a programme that was designed to provide you with information and skills to make a decision about which pathway you would like to follow in the future, whether that's university or higher education, or another pathway like apprenticeships or maybe even the workplace. A reminder that you were selected for the programme because you're doing so well in school and you have the potential to achieve great GCSE grades this year, and we're really excited for you and hope that you're working hard to achieve those. In Year 11, we are going to be here to support you in your transition to post-16 education, to training, apprenticeships or the workplace, whichever one you choose, and we'll provide you with all the skills and knowledge you need to make that decision. So just a quick look at Year 10 and what you did, what you might have done and what you should have done. Here's the team that would have worked with you. You'll see Mark there again, and the reason that he is in that team is because he would have been presenting your profiling workshop, which all of you will have done. So I'm just going to pass over to Mark and he's going to remind you what that was about.
Thank you, Emily. So hello everybody. The profiling workshop, which must have been the highlight of your Year 10 Future Quest activities, I hope. I'm just going to refresh your memory with a particular focus on the animals. So I'm going to go through the 5 animal types and I want you to try and bring to mind which is your dominant animal type. So starting off, we've got the rabbit. So the rabbits, and this is linked in with your personality. You know, rabbits are very warm, very caring, very nurturing. They don't like conflict. They like everybody to get on, and they're always thinking about other people, possibly at the expense of themselves on occasion. The next animal is the meerkat. So the meerkat is constantly looking around for new ideas and new stimulus. They're the sort of people who think of ideas all the time, like little fireworks going off in their mind. They're constantly looking for the next challenge, looking for the next thing that they can consider, and their mind's buzzing all the time, but in a good way. The next animal is the dolphin, and the dolphin, in contrast to the meerkat, it sort of floats around the ocean, very relaxed, very calm, doesn't get phased, doesn't get overexcited, just kind of goes with the flow of the ocean. And the 4th animal is the bees, and the bees are very logical, very structured, very organised, very disciplined. If you gave a bee a job to do, they would see it through to the exact end. They wouldn't skip or cut corners. They do everything exactly. They like everything to be ordered and very structured, and that's the bee. And finally, we've got the lions, and lions indicated by the colour red. And remember, the colours are also important. The lions are the sort of people who want to be seen. They like to be the centre of things, like to be the centre of attention. They're often very talkative, like sort of the party animal type of animal. They like to be heard because they feel that they've got a lot of fantastic things to say, which they may well have. So that's the 5 animal types. And just looking around the room, if you are in the room with your fellow students, I'm probably thinking currently that those of you who are dominant in the rabbit are probably thinking, I hope everybody's okay. I hope people can remember which animal type they are. I hope there's going to be no conflict and everybody's going to be listening when they should be listening. The meerkats have probably just jumped onto the 2nd idea of the session and probably moving on to the 3rd idea of the session. They might not be really focusing on what I'm saying, and that's absolutely fine because they might have thought of another idea which has just popped in their head. By contrast, the dolphins probably don't realise that the session has started, or if they do realise it, they're probably just thinking about when they might focus and actually listen to what's going on, and that's absolutely fine because that's the way that the dolphin rolls. Sharp contrast to the dolphin is the bees. The bees are probably thinking, how long has he been twittering on for? We need structure with this presentation. We need everybody listening and focusing, and we need to keep to time, and we need to know what our next slide's going to be. And there are our animal types. Deliberately, of course, I've avoided mentioning the lions because the lions are probably sitting there a little bit grumpy thinking, well, I'm the most important student in the room. In fact, I'm the most important student in the planet because I'm a lion. So why has Mark left me till last? Because surely I should be first. And by now the lions are probably grumbling and growling and making a little bit of noise because they struggle to keep it in. And again, there's a time and a place for that. And that's also a fantastic animal to be. So that's the 5 animal types. Now, hopefully you will all still have a copy of your psychometric profile, which you would have used on the Future Skills Day. I know that not everybody managed to get to the Future Skills Day. If you've mislaid your copy of the profile, you can contact myself or Emily later on, and we're going to talk about how to contact us, and I can send you a PDF of it because it's important that you have it. It's important that you have it as the Future Skills Day could demonstrate. On the Future Skills, you looked at how to present yourself well, how to complete application forms, how to do a CV, in thinking of if you're going for part-time jobs, if you're going for university, apprenticeships, sixth form, college, etc., and how to create a good impression of yourself on the page or online as it would be currently. So there's lots of important material in your profile where it looks at maybe your communication style, your teamwork style, your relationship style, your negotiating style, and there's lots of sentences that you can not necessarily cut and paste onto the application forms, but you can cut and paste and then adapt and tweak in relation to the questions that you're being asked. So that's the Future Skills Day. Emily, back to you, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Now, we need to talk about what you should have done last year as well. Unfortunately, we have all been in the situation where we've been put into lockdown. We had lots of lovely events planned for you. We would have taken you to University of Bristol so that you could have a look around the campus. That's actually something that you can do in your own time when we are not in lockdown. So please take the opportunity to head to Park Street and have a look around some of the campus there. We would have had a celebration event for you, but of course we're delighted now that we can do Future Quest Year 11, which we wouldn't have done previously. So we hope you didn't miss out too much on that. London is our greatest regret. We would have loved to have taken you to London, but unfortunately that just couldn't happen. However, you will have received some resources over summer. We spent a lot of time thinking about how we could remain in touch with you and make sure that you were happy and engaged. So we sent you some London Top Trumps games, and we hope you took the opportunity to play those with your friends and your family and found out a little bit more about the city. We also sent you a book called You Are Awesome, and really hope that you had the opportunity to read through that and remind yourselves exactly why you are awesome. We sent out blogs and tweets and a link to My Future Quest on the UE website, and you should have had the opportunity to explore that website in more detail. There are lots and lots of resources there. And we also did some family activities, and perhaps you and your family got involved with some of those. We did an art challenge and we had lots of entries to that and some prizes. So we hope you enjoyed all of those resources that we were able to provide you over the summer. Just passing back over to Mark, he's going to explain to you what we're going to be doing with you this year.
Thank you, Emily. So we've got the 6 points on the screen. Point 1 is what we're currently undertaking. The second time that we're going to be having contact with you, we're going to be looking at a professional in sort of mental health and resilience. He's done a fantastic video which we're going to be talking you through with some activities, looking at the importance of looking after your mental health and building up resilience for the future, how you overcome any obstacles in your path, which is always important to have those strategies and skills. Moving on to point 3, we're looking at the post-16 pathways. As Emily mentioned at the start of the presentation today, it's really important that you have a good understanding of the different options open to you after year 11 and a good understanding of which of those options you feel are the most suited and suitable for you. Linking in with that, we're providing you with a dedicated email address where you can email Emily and myself with any particular questions you have about the options after year 11, or any careers questions you might have, or any questions in general about study. And we're also opening that out to your family and extended family. So whoever you live with, your nan, your parents, older brother or sister, whoever it happens to be, and we'll encourage them to email us with any queries or concerns, because it's important that the whole family understands the options open to you and understands how to try and find a way forward in terms of which is the best option, most suitable options for you. Linking to that, if you didn't manage to attend the Future Skills Day, or even if you did attend the Future Skills Day, we can start from scratch with helping you do a CV or help you to enhance and improve the CV and applications that you already started on the Future Skills Day. And then finally, on point 6, remote interview techniques. So we've got some top professionals from the business sector in Bristol who are going to be providing some fantastic tips on what to look for and how to conduct a remote interview, a virtual interview, which is increasingly going to be the way forward in terms of recruitment for apprenticeships and full-time jobs and probably the university courses in the future. So that's what we've got lined up for you.
Thank you, Mark. So we hope that you're excited about some of the things that we've got to offer you this year. We've designed the programme so that it's entirely online, but we have opened up that line of communication for you so that you can ask us those questions that you have about the different pathways that are available to you. Really, no question is a silly question, so please send those questions in to us. We'll be letting you know the email address that you need to send those to a little bit later in the year. In the meantime, look out for the Positive Mindset Workshop, which will be winging its way to you shortly. And we hope you enjoy that and pick up some top tips about how to have a positive mindset. We look forward to being in touch with you shortly and wish you the very, very best in year 11. Thank you. Bye-bye.